Welcome to Zero Hit Points, everybody. It's not Wednesday. Good gosh.
It's Friday, September 2nd.
Thank you. I'm Ryan Miller. He's introductory Matt Amberg. This back again.
This
for more.
This.
Yeah. Well, if I kept going, it would have been This is Adam Parkin, which is perfectly acceptable.
Okay, well, rewind it so that you can give I'm sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted. Go ahead, give him the intro.
Wait. Back for another year. Friend of the show, friend of Canada, friend of everyone, mothers and fathers.
He's my prime minister.
Adam Parkin, everybody.
Hi.
You may remember him from such things as PC games.
No, you won't remember that. That's it. You'll never remember him from that. The PC game thing, he doesn't know about it.
In any event, we're live. Right?
Very.
You're live. I'm live.
It's so live.
There is no way we couldn't be live. I taught him how to download that app, really. So
You taught me how to download. That was it. Like, just you could stop with that app. You taught me download. I did not know. I was unaware that there were things on the internet that I could put onto my phone that make me do things like this.
We're not live, but I will fix the PAX page when this goes up or shortly before, because one key piece of equipment decided not to work, and we still don't know why. It's the one we used. It's the capture card Elgato HD60 in stores now that we use to stream on Thursdays.
Sponsored by.
Perfectly. No, there's never been a problem. Makes it real easy. Does all the work for you.
Except in the case of being live at PAX, where it makes you do so much more work.
Yeah, man. How late were we up last night? Till?
I don't know. I passed out at like 3.
You fell asleep with the lights on.
Early.
Which you're married, so I don't know. It's probably. Is that okay?
Normal.
I know you
fell
expecting
asleep.
something.
Lights were still on, but it was like maybe 2 or 3 hours later.
Yeah, it was late.
2:30 a.m. I'm gonna say.
That sounds like a time that's late.
It's bad for everybody.
It was not great.
Then I needed a drink with some ice, so I went to the ice machine and.
Then you couldn't get back in the room because you don't have a key.
No,
so you had to slept with another person.
I slept out in the hallway.
And that, whatever.
With another person who was in the hallway.
Yeah,
it was bizarre.
PAX has been good. Real strong.
It's been, hey, you know what? That's perfect. Let's just get into it.
Let's get into it because there's not a whole lot of positivity I've got for this.
You got positivity. You just don't have a whole lot of positivity.
That's accurate.
Okay.
Yes. There have been bright spots, but they have been mostly marred by the awfulness of everything.
The show seems a little anemic this year.
Very much so. It's a good word for it. It's very the expo floor itself just very thin.
There's probably people though that don't agree with that.
No,
they think there's plenty out there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Which it's not like we're not having fun.
No, we're not. But
are you having fun?
So maybe
he actually is though.
Yeah, he's having the most fun out of the rest of us. Out of the rest of us. Out of all of us. God, go Canada!
There
it is.
We got some stuff done though, and we got a good list of things to do from here on out. So I think it's going to be just fine.
Yeah. It'll be fine. It's going to probably almost certainly be less game related this year, though. It seems there just aren't a ton of demos. Yeah. That's the big thing. There just aren't a ton of demos for games that are bigger scale games, the AAA stuff. There's just not a lot of it here. It's a lot of smaller stuff, which is cool, but a lot of it just is not stuff that's grabbing me.
Previous years, there's been at least one game that's like game of the show.
Gotta see it.
It's the one that there's line management because everybody wants to go there. Yeah. We knock out time first thing in the morning. We go wait in line and. I can't think of that game this year.
No, we tried. We thought earlier this morning. We actually thought that Gears 4 might be it because we were like, oh yeah, Horde, and that should be packed. We got in line and we played it within 10 minutes of standing there. And
yeah, there's no line. I mean, not to take away from the experience because I think that was one of the ones we maybe had the most fun with.
It was a lot of fun. That was a super amount of fun.
But here's the thing: we've played. Did you get in on the Gears beta?
I didn't.
Gears 4.
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't.
It's been out. People have played it.
Yeah.
I played the Gears. It was just multiplayer, so Horde was a big reason why this is a lot different than that. But Battlefield 1 beta's already out there. Titanfall 2, we've played 2 weeks in a row now. I haven't seen it on the floor though.
No, I don't think it's here.
I don't think
I don't think
EA
Respawn
on the
brought
floor, actually. Although I guess that's Battlefield, huh?
Battle, yeah, but I don't think Battlefield is here as EA necessarily. I think they're here as like
And Titanfall
Sony or something, or as
was
console.
here as Microsoft, I think. the
Yeah,
first year,
well,
weren't
because
they?
Microsoft owned that.
That's true.
That
It was an
first game.
exclusive.
So
Right. Okay. But so, what things did we end up doing? I guess where did we end up going? This is just podcasting in a hotel room. Check this out. We're using shotgun microphones. That's if anybody's tuning in that's halfway professional.
So is he. He's halfway professional.
We have good equipment that doesn't travel as well.
It doesn't. It's.
Although I think next year we're gonna bring it.
Yeah, I think next year there won't be a next year, based on how the presidential election is going. We're all gonna
this
die.
is like the third year in a row you've said there won't be a next year.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
And
I'm sorry. Presidential election.
Yeah.
Okay. You're talking about the country and/or the world.
Yes, I mean,
Okay, my mistake.
yeah, it's not not for lack of wanting to not be here.
How's Canada?
Tell us,
Hey,
how's that
Do you
that,
have politics?
that Justin Trudeau fellow?
politics. The what?
That Justin Trudeau fellow, very good looking.
Do you
He's
have?
quite handsome, yes.
Okay, let's. Who's the Canadian Trump?
0 politics points.
I don't think we have a Trump.
Oh,
That's a good thing.
you-
Congratulations.
Son of a.
Yeah. No, we're always gonna lose that battle. Like you can't. There's very few Hitlers out there. It's just not a common thing, and I mean they're out there.
And that's
Wow.
the natural end of the conversation.
Yeah. So what did we do at PAX that didn't involve Hitler, Mussolini,
Stalin.
Justin Trudeau, Canada? Well, Canada was involved the entire time. Let's not even beat around that bush. You were there.
90% of the games are made in Canada. We saw Dead Rising 4. We walked by
Yes.
the Dead Rising 4.
We forgot to look at the end. Damn, we should have left. We should have checked just
Oh, you're
before the end of the day.
It's closed. It is closed now. Well,
it's
so what we didn't check, we
good.
walked by the Capcom booth. I guess, yeah, they had
Yeah.
a large
Yeah.
thing going on.
Yeah.
Anyways, they didn't have like a typical PAX thing going on. There wasn't a long line. There was like only 2 people maybe in front of the
Yeah.
station. There was only 2 stations for Dead Rising 4 we're talking about here. So we figured, hey, this will be quick.
It was not. That
40,
was faulty.
30 minutes later?
Faulty thought process.
About that, yeah.
Because what we didn't take into account was the game has a timer on it, but the timer is about 10 minutes. And 10 minutes is a long time.
It came out of nowhere.
It was. Time is new to us. we're still learning about how lengths of time. That's why our podcast sometimes is like 4 minutes,
Yeah.
and the others are like 3 hours.
For anybody who heard the 2-hour podcast where we played 2 games that week.
Which strong discussion.
It actually was a good one.
It was a good one. No, it was
you
a
should
good
listen
show.
to that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were doing a thing at Dead Rising 4 where it was timed, but they also kept track of how many zombies you killed, and they were doing a leaderboard, which I thought was going to be like a top 10, but it was basically just the top 1.
Yeah, well, it was the guy who it was a board.
Well, there were 2. You're right.
It was a board, and the only like thing on it was the guy who works for Capcom.
So there was one guy who was like I couldn't see the number, but his was like 1,000 something, 1,011
I think it was 2000 something, wasn't it?
Well, that was the
That
dude.
was the
And then
guy.
there was a
The
guy
dude,
after
yeah,
this,
yeah, okay.
the side that was like, this guy had his name and was like 2,100, and I'm like, why is this guy like, he's like, oh, that's me. I'm like, oh,
That's fair.
You made the list.
Yeah, he won the socks.
But he was a really cool guy though, so we are making fun of him, but it's like a brotherly love.
We wanted to touch him.
So we played the people. We
Emotionally.
finally did get up there. Yeah, no, that's.
Well, Captain Canada over here just went downhill with it. And
So we got in there, and it is timed. You get some time. I found a car.
the car was cool. It
which
had a
was good.
spinning
Yeah, it was-
minigun on top of it.
Just
Just
pointed down. Just yep.
it just wings through it.
Cone of silence.
That's very Get Smarty. Yeah.
The Thor hammer thing.
Yeah, also, there was a hammer, which he taught us how to do a range, and then a thing. Anyways, Dead Rising 4 wasn't actually something I said I would have played at PAX, because it seems to be Dead Rising 3 again. If
Yeah.
anything, they moved in the camera even closer, which was
It
one
did
of the
feel a
things.
little bit like that, yeah?
Which, I mean, Dead Rising 1, 2, and off the record, it's that thing. It's Dead Rising, and then 3, they're like, what if we turn it into an adventure game? And then 4,
Yeah.
they're like, what if we move it?
And it's still like they're definitely keeping with the stupidity aspect of it, like
yeah,
the
that's all.
dumb fun.
It's as good as 3, at
but it
least
is
so far.
But,
Play is fine.
But the problem is that
Was there-
Were those air quotes?
no,
That was so
this is
aggressive.
quoting you so hard, but the problem again with that is Dead Rising 3 is fun, but it's not the Dead Rising either of us really
Not
want
our
to
favorite
play.
Dead Rising.
Yeah.
You never played 3, did you?
No, I never did.
Yeah, you right.
One
You
and
like
two.
the other ones as much as we did.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll. Did you play off the record?
No, I never played off the record.
All right, so
1 and
we're
2.
all 3 off the record versions.
Yeah.
All right, so virgins off the record.
Now on the record.
Okay, well,
That's right, folks. We have kids.
it can be done. That's all. There's,
Work has to happen, but there's some finagling. It's fine.
anyways, he put me down as 1800 because the game. Well, first of all, I touched it and it crashed. And he's like, "Oh no, no problem.
Every
I'll
time.
just do it. You just hit A. I was
Every
hit A.
year.
crashed again.
Every year he touches some game, and every year it crashes.
I remember it was Metal Gear one year. Revenge.
I think you.
And I still never
that's right.
played it. Yeah, were you there for that?
Yeah,
I
I was
went
there
and touched
with
it.
you.
It was like.
I think you nuked one of the Titanfall computers too when
I
we were
believe
playing
I did.
Titanfall.
Yes, that's. I consider I played that like 3 times that year. Anyways, it crashed. He gave me 1800 anyways because it was like 17. So I was on the board, and if
Well, you were number 1 on the board outside of that guy.
Yeah, and I went back and checked.
I'm just dialing 911.
Yeah, thanks for filling the air. Still getting over it, everybody. It's live. I was still at the top of the list at what time was that? 2?
2, 3. Yeah.
Okay,
something like that, yeah.
Which the dude who was working the booth had already changed, so I just went back and he saw me and I was like, top of the list! And then I left.
Then ran away.
But whoever was at the top list at the end of the day got some socks.
And it
So
could've
I
been
might
you.
have got some Dead Rising socks, I guess.
Probably not.
It's probably going to be the only thing I'm going to get out of PAX this
You know
year.
what's funny is I think about this, and all the guy did.
Physical.
All the guy
get a lot out of
did
PAX.
was he asked for your first name and your middle initial, or your initial. Anybody could say, "I'm Ryan M."
They could.
They could.
Yeah.
Do you think
but
that guy
they
is
wouldn't
seriously
be.
gonna card him? Like, are you? Can I see your ID?
Oh, you're 18.
Oh, you think you
What
can
was
get
that?
1800? You're Ryan Miller. Let's see it. Go again.
Yeah, my license is expired, so that would probably
Yeah, and
work
that's the
against me.
best part is you just have a piece of paper. Anybody can print off a piece of paper that says DMV.
Yeah, that's-
I am a player of driving
It's
car.
actually true. I bet that's easy to print off on the internet. Hey, so what did we move on to after that?
What did we move on to after that? That's when we went to Gears.
That was,
Yeah.
you're correct. It was
Yeah.
more of a test than a question.
It was, and it's good because I was not sure I was going to pass. I was only partially engaged all day.
So out of the 3 of us, who do you think is the biggest gearhead?
Son of a bitch.
What? No, that's valid.
Do you remember when we first started the podcast and I know it was when you first started doing the videos and the first thing out of your mouth was, "Hey there, hit pointers." That doesn't work. Same thing.
It was 0 HPers.
That's
And that doesn't work. Every time. I would say Adam.
I would
who
agree.
Has
Why?
Seriously 3.0.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I won't even go for seriously any .0.
Although
because
you
I
never
seriously
played
don't
Judgment,
care.
did you?
No, I never
It's
did.
garbage, trash, poop.
And for that reason, I will reserve Judgment. You're a bad person.
Thank you.
Yeah. What the hell is this show?
This time was Horde only is what they were showcasing.
And it was great.
Yeah,
What?
it was pretty good.
One of the things, so I haven't looked up anything about Gears 4 other than the little bits that, like, the couple of trailers that are out there. I'm not looking up any of the details about it.
Yeah,
Not
same.
because I'm staying away from spoiler. it's going to be Gears. I
Yeah,
know
there's-
that.
yeah.
There's not going to be a giant leap in what the game is. But this was cool because you got to pick a class at the beginning, and it wasn't just
Entirely
you're
class-based.
not all Dom. You're not all Marcus. It doesn't matter what the character is. You have
Well, you
you
could
have-
always choose different characters, but now you're choosing classes.
but now you're choosing
Yeah.
right. But yeah. So the classes was kind of cool. It was a novel change to that game mode, I thought.
So Adam, what did you think?
was
Resident
good.
Gears expert.
It was good. It was definitely different having the classes. There was the card thing too. I
Right.
never really actually used
They didn't give
can't
me enough
even-
time to put in my 3rd card.
I think-
They're like, these are kind of like buffs. Go choose which ones
Yeah,
you want
and
that are your best. I'm like, well, let me
like-
choose.
The cards are just passives, I think.
So they're not like an active use.
No,
thing.
I think they're just passive.
Yeah,
decisions.
because mine were like, I chose an engineer, and mine were like 20% off building.
Yeah,
stuff.
and because I decided to hate myself, I was the sniper, and mine were like 30% damage on
Right.
headshots and blah blah blah. So
Yeah, like one of my cards was like +3 grenades or something. So like I didn't.
so you
like,
had you actually had grenades.
Yeah.
I found some on the floor.
I found one once and then I didn't throw it because I forgot about it.
We chose hardcore, and it still is
We
very
didn't really
reminiscent.
choose hardcore.
Well,
Sat down.
we were given the basic option. Do you want to play normal or hardcore? And the answer from us was, what gets us to play the game
Yeah, so
faster?
that was, yeah.
And it turned into, of course, you knew she was going to bring us to hardcore
Probably,
because now
everybody else is choosing normal.
yeah. So we'll give these idiots.
But the record for the day was wave 7, and we got to wave 8. So
We're the best.
Clearly.
yeah.
It was fun. We had to play with 2 randos, but it was fun. We were all sitting there. We were communicating. There was a lot of talking.
Who was the dude that was like loving it, like Captain Gears?
The guy
at
to
the
the
end
guy
of
to
the
your
table?
right.
Was he really?
Yeah,
I can't
it was
see
the guy who
headsets, I
was-
can't tell. Well,
it was-
you were to
was
my
it-
right.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I
yeah,
see
yeah.
what you're saying.
it was
the guy
Okay,
beside
it was
me.
you. Good job.
Yeah, it was me. God damn it! I forgot. It was the guy to his right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was into it. Like,
he was into it, yeah, he was
but
yelling.
it was
Totally into
helpful.
it.
Yeah, no, he's.
But one of the things that was important to that and why he was yelling is we were told when you're picking classes, somebody needs to be an engineer.
Yeah, so
and,
2 of us were engineers in accident.
And
right.
that was our ultimate downfall. We had no damage dealing because you had a sniper, 2 engineers, and Adam and some other guy. But the engineer was cool because you had to build a fabricator, which is where that's what allowed you to do the parts that you had in Gears 3 where you drop the barbed wire, you build the turrets and stuff.
Now, could everybody, because I was an engineer, so I knew I could build, even though I didn't, because the other engineer built stuff first, but can everybody build stuff, or is it just the
I
engineer?
looked,
Sure.
I clicked on it, and we didn't have enough energy, so I didn't try it, and then I was getting shot,
you
so I
never
ran
tried
away.
to-
I never
Building?
tried. I
Yeah.
just, yeah.
And so the other thing that's kind of interesting is to use the fabricator, you have to get kills, and then you have to go out to where the kills came from and grab these, like they were, energy.
Energy, yeah. I think
Basically.
That's what they called it.
Yeah, you poop out energy when you die. Remember
no.
when you kill a guy in a game and he turned into a turkey on a plate?
Final fight?
Correct.
Fighting is
You
keeping
are the
happening.
Haggard to my Cody.
I'm Haggard.
That's what I said.
So,
Buttons.
it's like Gears 3 Horde more than any other Horde so far. It is an evolution, but I really like Gears 3 Horde.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
it was
same,
solid.
same.
Super solid.
Are you with it so far, even with the class base? Like, because
It's not going to make me go out and buy the game, right? It's not different enough to make me be like super excited about Gears 4, but it was cool, right? It wasn't a step backward in any way.
okay, I think that's
Would you categorize it though as a legitimate step forward in the right direction?
Yeah, I think so. Added something interesting.
I need to play some more of it. I'm not.
Yeah, same.
Because
same,
on its
same.
face, you tell me that not everybody can build stuff anymore. It's just the engineer. I mean, that's kind of. You had
That
told me
seems a little counterintuitive.
Yeah. Also, it's asking for a lot more cooperation than I probably ever want to do.
Yeah,
online
well,
in a Gears of War
you're
game.
you're only going to have at least one person with you that you know that you can communicate with that actually
Or
will listen to
two.
you. I swear, at least one.
Oh, you meant Adam.
Yeah, I'm not me. I don't buy video games or play them.
And then we went to the Dishonored 2 experience.
And boy, it was experiential, It was
That's
cool.
something.
It was neat. It was just a room that was built to kind of look like it was a set.
Yeah, they did the same thing for Dishonored 1 too. Like that's their.
Yeah. And it was cool. They had a couple of touchscreen things that had they were transparent touchscreens
Yeah.
over like a museum glass that had artifacts from the Dishonored world in it, and that was cool.
But then the screen like kind of made them we couldn't tell if the stuff behind the glass
Was real. Yeah, for a while.
Because I was like, is that real? Because the screen makes it look, and you're like, yeah, no, check it out, it's shimmering, it's totally fake. And then I looked literally this close, and the sword like went, and I was like, oh, you're right, they're like holograms. That's crazy.
Right.
I think we came back like they're not probably because there was another one.
There was at least one of them. I think there might have been like a mixture of it.
It was cool though.
Because at least one of them looked it looked like a piece of fired clay.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways,
I don't know. It was cool.
It was cool,
It was
yeah.
neat. It was a
always really cool. Yeah.
And
The Dishonored look, which
and
probably playing to its strong suit because that game looks gorgeous more than.
Yeah, well,
anything.
the aesthetic of that game is incredibly important to the game itself. Like like that game probably doesn't work as well in a different, more like Neo Future or something like that setting.
I wish I remembered the dude's name, but it's the guy who did Half-Life, City, whatever.
City 17. Yeah,
17,
yeah. He's the guy who created. Yeah, I don't remember his name either.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Half-Life creator guy.
No, yeah, that's his Happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little like whenever you're designing a game, he pops up at the bottom. It's his face. He's like, "It looks like you're designing a steampunk game.
Do you need help?"
Did you think about whales?" And then we went to
Fantastic.
Telltale panel for like 15 minutes.
Well, you and I went for 15 minutes. He stayed for the
Yeah, I
entire.
stuck around.
Actually,
for the
yeah.
whole
What did
thing.
we miss? So we went. They talked a little bit about.
They talked.
We didn't care about it. What was it?
You guys left while they were talking about Walking Dead, didn't you?
Yeah.
But there was one before that.
Oh, Minecraft. They talked about Minecraft.
Yeah, they talked about
was
Then
that
they
it?
talked about just a tiny itty bit about Wolf Among Us, just like in passing. Even that was
because the
lead
there,
writer
yeah,
was
yeah.
there.
Yeah, they never returned to anything about Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else did go on from that?
They talked a bit more about season 3 of Walking Dead, and that they're not calling it season 3. They're giving it a whole new name. It's the New Frontier or something like that.
well, count me
Yeah.
in.
That was the big reveal, and
That
then
was
it's
unnecessarily.
they revealed that it's coming out in November.
Not interested in frontiers. Not new ones anyway. Final ones.
Sure.
They talked a bit about the story, how that's going to be this dynamic of Clementine and this guy Javier or something.
Javier.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, it sounded kind of interesting, but then they talked a bit about Batman. They showed a clip for episode 2. And it was the big PAX exclusive reveal.
Oh, was that their big announcement?
Yeah.
What was revealed? What did we miss?
Well, I can't tell you. It's an exclusive.
Oh, you're so right.
Man.
No, it's just
NDA over here.
Sinker.
no. I mean, it was cool. Like I haven't played episode 1 of Batman yet, so
Do you have it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Did they announce anything else? Like
Not
anything?
really.
No.
Like
No.
it was. There wasn't really anything super revealing about anything they
Which
talked
is
about.
a lot of panels at PAX. It is for those of the developers that keep it about the fans. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, which is kind of the main reason I went for that 15 minutes was to hang out. We know the Telltale people at least a little bit. We know.
Yeah, we were familiar with a couple of them. They recognize us and stuff.
Yeah.
One of which is still there.
She is, and she was super nice.
But yeah, so I mean, it sounds like
Yeah.
it was pretty much
That was pretty much
more
it.
of that. Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So now I'm curious because you saw the reveal. Did that do anything for you for that game? Like, are you interested in trying the Batman?
Well,
Telltale
I
stuff?
was already kind of interested in the game.
Okay.
I've just never gotten around to playing it. But
Fair.
I mean, it didn't make me want it more.
So it didn't do its job.
Yeah, just
That's what you're saying. You're saying their trailer was garbage, and you're just like, whatever. I'm still wanting the game. This doesn't help.
yeah,
Okay.
a little bit.
Well, great job, Telltale.
No, it kind of hinted at the whole like romance dynamic between Selena and Bruce.
Oh boy.
That supposedly that's an angle in the game or something, but
It's always an angle.
It's another Telltale. It's gonna kind of live or die by the story for me.
Totally.
Like, especially since it's so far it seems to be well-worn territory. Honestly.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like Batman is a tough nut in that respect for me, because I guess I feel so saturated by that character. Like
Yeah.
he has even more so than Superman, who's a character that I've never really been able to enjoy. Batman, somebody I've always enjoyed as a character, but there's so much. He has become so big and such a huge landmark property over the past 20 years that like, the Telltale games, I love their games. I love the way they play. I love that style. But with Batman, it's not really a thing I want to do. I want Arkham Knight. I want Arkham Asylum. And that's, if I get the chance to play it and it's given to me, I will absolutely play it and I'm sure I'll love it. But I can't drive myself to buy that game. No more Batman for a little while, please.
Yeah, I mean, Telltale games are also, I've kind of gotten to the season.
There's a saturation
thing.
point.
Well, no. Well, yeah, I'm saturated, but also, like, Batman, I'd say, is probably the one remaining that interests me more. Like, I haven't played Game of Thrones or Tales from the Borderlands or
Yeah.
Minecraft or...
And
I'm a ways behind, but Batman is the one that interests me the most, maybe.
And Minecraft is the other one that I will never picking up
We're
on my
not
own.
the audience.
It's not for me. But the Telltale stuff. The other thing with that is as much as I love those games, there is an oversaturation point where I have to take a break from them now because I played so many in such a short period of time.
10-pack or whatever it was.
Yeah,
I did the same
for
thing,
50 cents or something.
Yeah, it was a great deal. It was worth it, and I loved all the time I spent with those games. It's just that style of game is not something I can sit down every day and do.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling the saturation point a lot too because I replayed Walking Dead Season 1, I replayed Walking Dead Season 2, and I replayed Wolf Among Us when I got that pack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm pretty burnt on Telltale games at this point.
How was Season 2? I still haven't played Walking Dead.
It's all right. It's quite different, right? Like the thing I loved about Season 1 is that I really put myself in the shoes of Lee. I could really relate to that character. When you in Season 2 you play as Clementine, it's kind of
put myself in the shoes of Clementine.
Which is cool. He can actually fit into those size shoes.
Yeah, he looks good in them too.
Yeah, it's real fun. He's got a weird foot thing. It's bizarre.
I have a normal foot thing.
No, I mean...
No,
you're
that's
the
weird.
one that's like kind of... So...
0 feet points.
You were Season 2.
No, it's Season 2 you play as Clementine, so it's kind of hard to put yourself into that role if you're not like a 13-year-old girl, right? So I didn't immerse myself in the game as much.
So this is a game that Steve Martin might really, really be attracted to.
It's a movie reference, but I'm not gonna...
It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll move on.
It's worth playing.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. Roxanne. All of me.
LA Story.
I haven't seen that one in a long time. I love that movie.
Jerk.
It's from The Jerk.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I was born a small black child. No. Don't remember that.
I haven't seen that movie in
It's
a
been
long time.
Yeah. See? 2 against 1.
Yeah, except I still won. That's the issue here.
So, and then we geared up,
I'm going to do it again.
so to speak,
Do it again.
for the Gearbox panel, the Gearbox
Oh my
panel
God.
at PAX has turned into a thing.
That was an angry board.
Sure, yeah, no, man. It's going to be so easy to sync up the audio after this. There was the first year, might have been my second year at PAX only, though.
That was it.
See, the sound, that's not even going to show up on the mic, so you guys are just going to look like you started laughing for no reason.
That was a premature copulation.
Now we're really laughing for no reason. I want to say it was my second year. I went to the Gearbox
I
panel.
thought we were laughing for no reason, sorry.
And they gave away Borderlands 2 for free.
Yeah, and that was so I had never been to one of the Gearbox panels, and that was
I don't even know why I went. Oh, actually, no, maybe I went because that was the year I went with my brother-in-law. Because I never played Borderlands.
That was actually my
I
first
never
PAX.
played Butterlands.
Butterlands.
That's what it's called.
It's a delicious game. Delicious fishes.
But we went to that and they gave out Borderlands 2, so I was like, oh, that's cool.
Which aggravated the piss out of me
Yeah, you
because
had already gone home.
everybody else went. No, so I didn't.
No, you were gone too.
I had to go catch the
Yeah.
ferry and I missed it.
Everybody else I knew went. Everybody else got a damn copy,
Well,
and
you
I'm
were-
like the one person that didn't go.
You didn't
Yeah.
go home? This is when you
No.
still lived in Seattle. What were you doing then?
No, I just didn't go to the panel.
I
'Cause
guess-
I had no interest in going to the Gearbox.
We didn't hang
panel.
out like all the time.
No, because we weren't doing the show either.
Yeah.
So
We're technically still not doing this.
yeah, we were definitely not hanging out.
So the year after that was the Borderlands 2 season pass. I never sunk a dime on Borderlands
And that
2.
was the second year in a row where after you told me, I'm like, damn it, I'm never not going to this panel again because I didn't go to that one either. And I was super pissed because I did buy Borderlands, and then you had the season pass, which meant I had to go buy it so that we could. And Pitchford is just on my shit list at this point, I think. Ruining my wallet.
And then it was, I forget what it was. You could
Homeworld.
already tell they were starting to tune it down.
Homeworld was
because
last
it was
year.
becoming like an insane thing at PAX. Like people were lining up 2 hours before.
hours,
Like
yeah.
they would block off the line. So there was like, I remember the one year when they finally did something about it. There was like a fat group of people right outside the hotel door.
Yeah.
Like, almost out into the street, like completely blocking the sidewalk. So you could tell it was. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they literally asked Gearbox to tone it down or something like that. So. Anyway, that year it was Homeworld, something about Homeworld or something like that.
Yeah, you got the free copy of the game and some DLC or something.
Stuff leaked this year. The Duke stuff was going to be there. Borderlands 3 was kind of in the air, I think.
And guess what? Borderlands 3 was not in the air. In fact, Borderlands was really not even discussed outside of Mikey Newman and Randy Pitchford sharing some novel stories about how some of the characters came to be, which was cool. It was legitimately cool to hear about some of those things, but even Pitchford acknowledged, he's like, you guys want to hear about Borderlands 3, we have nothing to say about it. Somebody booed him and he goes, yeah, calm down, we got we're going to entertain you anyways. Entertain is a strong word. He pulled some of it off. The discussion with Mikey Newman and him was great. There was some fun stuff in there. They ended up claiming that they had a bit put together where Big Earl, is that his name?
Yes.
I can't remember if that's what the character's name was that Pitchford did. And
yeah, Mikey did Scooter.
And
yeah.
Pitchford does the voice.
Pitchford did Big Earl.
Big Earl. And so they
Big Girl.
Big Girl. So they started. They brought up like stupid little podiums, and they started having a debate in character.
Presidential debate.
Yeah,
and the Gearbox panel is always kind of
it's like,
out left field. Like I
yeah.
respect them for wanting to be entertainers in that way, because I mean we're want to be entertainers.
Not that way, but
not that way. Like Picture sung a song
we're not good.
about bigots, the bigot song,
the bigotry song. Oh, and
else? The first 30 minutes was about
the first 30 minutes, literally.
I'm scared to say the name of it.
This is not even a joke.
I also can't remember it.
The first 30 minutes of the Gearbox panel, we both fell asleep because it was about Battleborn. And it was, and man, they were like, when they came out and they were like, "You guys like Battleborn?" It was only about half the crowd that was like, "Yeah," and it wasn't even that like. There wasn't a lot of energy behind it. It was Borderlands, though. We'll like this if you'll give us Borderlands. How's that?
They're skirting by on Borderlands still a little bit with that crowd. Gearbox is cool because they, like I said, they try different stuff, and they also pander isn't the right word, but they take care of their community.
Yeah. I mean, pander. Yeah, you're right. Pander's
and they care
not the right
about it.
word,
And I like Pitchford. I think he's a cool dude. Mikey's funny.
Yeah, they seem like good people in general, and I respect the hell out of that company, and you know. I like mocking Pitchford because it's fun. It's a goof on a guy who can easily take the goof, but yeah, you respect everything they've done because he's done a lot of good stuff. He's done a lot of work. He's put in a lot of effort, and they're great with the community. I mean, you think about how so many other games come out that have little weird microtransactions or keys and codes and stuff.
They're always very cool about DLC.
And like every weekend, you would see Pitchford and the Borderlands account dumping golden keys out. Here are codes for golden keys. Go, go, go. Mm-hmm. That's super fun. That's cool. That's something it's a minor thing, but it's huge in the long run of keeping people in the game and engaged with you.
But, freak.
30 minutes of Battleborn. And it was like...
I cannot remember the name.
And the thing is, that 30 minutes, like, they came out and they were just rapid fire talking.
The lead was talking, they talked about DLC, they talked about... Like, I mean, honestly, like, they couldn't not do that. Like, that would have been a pretty big slight. Like, even though it's not doing gangbusters, you gotta imagine they're still playing to their crowd.
Yeah.
And if they just completely ditched Battleborn, I mean, I guess they could have done it in lieu of what they announced for the last half or 10 minutes, because that was pretty... That hit big with me. Like, that was a success for me.
You and I, that was where the show, like, okay, 40 minutes of this, not great. The last 20, pretty damn strong.
But yeah, I don't think we could have expected them to ditch Battleborn.
No,
so
and
I did it. I got it.
But I don't...
Battleborn.
I didn't expect them to ditch it, but I certainly didn't expect half of the panel to be about that.
So the part we did love, though...
was, so right after Newman and Pitchford do their debate, the moderator...
that's right. They had a surprise
was
entry.
Yeah, she's the woman who moderates and runs, like, BlizzCon, and I don't...
She does much stuff.
Yeah, I don't...
She married John Drake, who held the door open for us as we entered. I mean, that's just kind of a thing. Like, anywhere we go, like...
John Drake opens the door for him.
High-profile video game celebrities like John Drake.
No idea.
Hold the door open for us.
But, right, so while they're doing the debate, they say, the moderator says, but we've got one more candidate that's kind of coming out of nowhere because it's Pandora, so we don't have rules. and they bring out John St. John. And he comes out, and
the voice of Duke Nukem.
The voice of Duke Nukem, and he comes out and he tears off the thing from the podium, and it's just got a thing that says "Vote Duke," and he some line about some Duke thing, Dukeism as it were.
It was the bubble gum. He
doesn't
have any bubble gum because
he's all out of it.
Well, he's eating it all.
Yeah. So what's he gonna do after?
You don't. I mean.
Yeah, and
does Duke swallow his bubble gum?
It's a question.
Is he one of those people?
Which and does he believe that whole that fantasy about it won't digest for like 7 years? Like, is that?
Is it sick? Is he concerned about that? Like,
and
he probably. I mean, he's like, no, I don't even care.
Look at
you're right. That's it. He would swallow it because he doesn't care.
Because he doesn't care. But he also he cares about his body. You can see that just how much he works out.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Cool story.
I thought you had an opinion on that.
He just told you what the opinion was. It was a cool story.
So John St. John comes out, drops some lines, and everybody votes for him, and then he wins. Anyway, so the last half was about the release of the Duke Nukem 20th Anniversary Edition, Duke 3D.
Yes, Duke 3D.
The game is getting re-released with a new episode that contains eight
brand new levels.
Designed by people that were at 3D
Realms, and Duke Nukem is gonna be a really good game. All the kiddies are gonna love it.
Young Frankenstein, it's good. R.I.P. Gene Wilder.
Oh God,
we had to put that in the show.
Yeah,
that's why I did that. But the music is done by people who did Duke 3D. Come on, back and give me some.
I don't know what to do with my hands. No, it's cool. So Pitchford, people forget that Pitchford worked on Duke 3D. He worked on the Atomic Edition.
Shipping item. He touched a map or something like that, which he graciously admitted he didn't actually do himself. But.
Yeah, he actually legitimately said, I did nothing to the map. He tossed a couple of things in there, but the map was fine. So the guy who made the map had left and gone somewhere else. So he came back and did the map that Pitchford started working on. So for this new episode, new levels, new episode, new levels, all new music that written by the guy who did the original music for this. John St. John re-recorded lines, added new lines
in full 16-bit audio because
high quality.
Which I didn't get at first. I thought it was a joke on, but no, the audio for Duke 3D was literally like
16-bit. Yeah.
And it looks cool. It's fun. They built the levels exactly from all the same assets and from the same tools that were used to build Duke 3D.
Yeah, it looks like it's not a remaster or an HD.
It does not.
It's probably an HD, but
it does not. And the levels do not look out of place. It looks like it should have been there the entire time.
Great, yeah, no, that's like I said. This hit this is some
and we were both like, that's exciting.
That's cool.
And we were sitting there crossing our fingers because again. The Gearbox panel, they give stuff away, and they told us earlier during Battleborn, we're going to give you a little thing outside that's going to give you a whole bunch of Battleborn crap, some skins and some gold or whatever. And so Pitchford, the entire time the Duke thing's on, it just keeps harping on that. You can pre-order it. You can pre-order it. Even John St. John was like, I pre-ordered mine backstage. It was such a
I didn't have any bubblegum.
And so I pre-ordered it because I needed bubblegum. And so
they could package in bubblegum in that game, man.
They should totally.
Has that never been done with a Duke game before?
You know what's?
I touched your hand a little bit.
I know. You know what's great?
Grab it.
Well, don't grab it.
We're caressing here.
Fine. I won't grab it.
Jeez.
No, you know what'd be great is if they did that though with the baseball card gum, like from the 1980s that still exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
so.
It's like it breaks in half.
Yeah,
it shatters like glass.
Yeah, it chips your tooth.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Duke was excited. Okay, so we were kind of hoping because he kept harping on the pre-order thing. Go pre-order it.
He didn't harp. They said it twice.
He said
honestly,
harped,
I mean, we are. I don't know how much we want to get on that.
No. I'm more getting to the point
we're not entitled.
No, not at all. We were just kind of hoping. I said we were crossing our fingers, and
we're scummy, but
yeah, very. And after they show the trailer, it was a fun trailer. Like it
It's funny.
It fit the Duke thing.
Right.
They were like, "All right, well, bye." So that was the panel. That was it.
It was entertaining.
I will say, Pitchford's magic trick this year was actually pretty dang good. I really liked that magic. I thought that was fun. That was a good trick.
Because the one he did last time was kind of...
It was good. It was just really
my
long.
least favorite magic trick, the ones that last 30 minutes because you're doing math.
Right.
Like, you pick a card, like, oh, is this your card? And, oh, what if I ask you, like, 7 more times for 30 minutes? This is your card. Yeah, because you went, like, I get there's math under it. It's not like,
Yeah, this was not a math.
It wasn't one of those.
No, this was, he came out with a
Did they have those in Canada?
Magic tricks, he means.
Magic?
Do you believe in magic?
Is that a Canadian?
I don't know. I don't speak Canadian. Let me see if I can translate.
What's the Canadian Disneyland? Oh.
What's the what?
The Canadian Disneyland. That's where
Disneyland?
we're going, right?
It's still Disneyland, I think. Yeah.
Is there a Disneyland Canada?
No.
That'd be awesome.
You know why? Because Disneyland's a little piece of Canada. Well,
so
Disney
Pitchford's magic
Jews.
trick, he came out in this jacket that was all, that had a, like everybody, not everybody, a bunch of people down on the front screamed at him when he came out, "You have something on your back!" Not realizing that was part of the gag. And on his back, he had one of the, like, the magnetic things that they're supposed to take off. And so he did a thing where he started writing, he had people pick numbers, and he wrote all the numbers down, and then he had somebody come up and look at the tag that was on his back, and it was the exact dollar amount that people had randomly called out.
We're like throwing paper back and forth to get randos from the crowd.
Yeah. It was a cool trick. It was a cool trick. It was a cool trick.
Illusion, Matthew.
No, this was a trick.
That was...
There was a whore involved.
It for games, I guess, technically. The last thing we did was go to a panel that we thought looked interesting. Last year we went to a panel like this that looked interesting. I don't remember the actual name of the panel last year.
It was
Were you
about...
there?
Yeah, I was there.
I remember the documentary was about the fighting game scene.
That's right. It was something to
in
do
New
with
York.
video games and movies. Like those panels are usually fun.
King of
Fighters.
France.
King of Pain.
Pain.
T-Pain. 2 Chains. Got it in 2. Chains.
But nobody showed up to that panel last year. Like there was
seriously like maybe 5, 7
one
people.
other guy except for us.
Like there was a hand, there was a small.
But it was
handful.
cool. We ended up talking, and you could tell they had stuff prepared, and they would say it and be like, "This isn't really a crowd question," so they would like just look at us and be like,
Yeah.
Technically, I'm asking you."
And it was actually really cool because there were so few people that it became less of a panel where they're just talking at us and then they're going to take QA. It actually was a back and forth, because they
One of the dudes, his last name's Kroll, and the guy, I should have. I'm going to do the right thing. You just keep talking about it.
Okay. He's going to go find out what the names are.
They do a podcast
called The Only Podcast About Movies.
The Only Movie Podcast?
Something like that, yeah. It was funny because the one guy, even he didn't remember what the name was. He was like, it's something like that. But they were cool because that panel last year, we had the back and forth, like all of us. Everybody was engaged. And so we found this panel about, it was called How to Get Good at Hollywood.
Good, G-U-D.
Yeah, get good at Hollywood movies or something like that. It was about the concept of why
getting good at video game movies.
There it is, about video game movies being
starring
garbage.
Matthew Kroll, senior producer at MTV.
How did I forget his name?
Shahir Daoud.
How did I not know his name was Matthew Kroll?
I honestly I forget your first name most of the time. Anyways, James Portnow from Extra Credits and Red Sharisan.
Red was the other guy. So Red
VFX dude works a bunch with Scorsese.
Well, something that rhymes with Scorsese.
Oh.
Yeah. So Red and
Jada Pinkett Smith.
So Red. That is. Wow. That's okay. Now, since you figured that one out, what rhymes with orange?
Jews.
We do. I agree. Circle gets a square. I suggest you take Gilbert Gottfried for the win. So Kroll and Red were there last year, and they were They're the two guys that recognized us.
We ended
knew
up
they
talking
were.
with a bunch afterwards. They did
Yeah.
this one we did this year. They were there again. We're like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
and it was very cool. And the panel was actually, it was a really fun panel. There was we had a lot of good discussion after the panel, not just with them, but with ourselves. By myself, I talked to myself.
yeah, I was up there talking to him, and you were like in the corner, like, oh,
I don't know why. I don't believe that. Like, you can't tell me.
you know you're
and
gonna
this
talk
guy's
to
going to
him.
save Resident Evil, but I'm not going to. I can't do that. It's not even like that. And then you've got Wesker. Why? And that how does that happen? The Super Mario Brothers.
It was fun, and they're cool.
And we won.
and-
You and I won copies of Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, they were giving away stuff. At one point, somebody said something about Mario Brothers, the movie, and they had it, and he got it. Anyways,
Well, my favorite one though was the one dude who he had the last question in the Q&A, and they gave him Dungeon Siege 3, and he didn't want it, and then when he finally went up to get it, he walked away and he threw it, and then he started breaking it and he started cracking
smashing it
because that seemed like
kind of funny, but I bet they paid money for that.
Oh, of course they did. Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, anyway, I don't know if I would have done that.
I would not.
I would have known. Well, why, is Dungeon Siege 3 good?
Well, it's got Jason Statham in it.
Oh, well, I
So
take it all back.
eminently
Wait,
watchable.
Really?
Yeah.
When has he made a bad movie?
Or maybe it was in the name. I don't know what it is. It never is the answer.
Right.
Because he was in Crank.
But that was it. That was it's my least favorite Jason Statham movie.
It's also my least favorite
Maybe
Jason Statham.
one of my least favorite movies.
Definitely not even in that category for me.
That's it should destroy my faith in humanity, but this is how Crank makes sense to me. There are people in the world. Do you like Crank?
I don't think
The
I've
drug
actually
or the movie.
s-
Either works.
It's
Don't think I've ever actually seen it.
Piquito.
there are people in the world that like Crank.
The movie, not the drug. Also, but there are people who like the drug.
there are people in the world that love
Yeah, the
Crank.
movie.
And I like those people and can be friends with them. That it's more of an affirmation that.
I don't know what the hell that was all about.
See, no, that's instead of me losing faith in humanity because
Okay,
that thing
but
exists.
no.
I think that people like it, and that's fine. And I still like those people.
We're okay. Hold on here for a second. We're gonna keep rolling with this because we're
not
going,
for much longer. This is you gotta. This is the ender.
No, we're gonna stay on this topic, but we're gonna continue. I need not a complete list. That's ridiculous. But I want to ask you about a couple of Jason Statham movies here. The Mechanic.
This is the lightning round live.
Yeah, The Mechanic.
Good.
Ding.
Crank 2.
No, thank you.
I'm trying to think of Jason Statham. The Transporter.
Good.
2.
Wait.
Transporter 2.
Good.
Transporter 3.
Good. They're all good.
Transporter 4. Transporter the TV show.
With the Transporter 4 doesn't have Jason Statham. in
It does not.
All right.
I just wanted to make sure that you're blocking that. You're locking
Also
it down
good.
at that. The Italian Job.
I haven't seen it. I don't want to misrepresent here.
don't-
Maybe top of the list so far.
Oh, did you ever see that movie? I think it's called The Bank Job. Where he's like, and it takes place in like the 70s, and they are
Revolver? Was it the Guy Ritchie one?
No. No, there was a movie called The Bank Job or The Bank Heist, and it takes place in like the 70s, and they are drilling under a bank to get money.
I think that's still the Italian Job.
Nope.
Really?
Yes, because this one had nothing to do with minis, and it didn't have Donnie Wahlberg in it, or Mark Wahlberg, or Charlize Wahlberg, or Edward Norton Wahlberg Jr.
Thank you. I was okay.
Edward Norton Wahlberg Jr. That's an ugly son, man. That'd be a bad-looking kid. Yikes.
This is the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of other Jason Statham movies. I'm kind of like
I don't know if it all rides on another Jason Statham movie.
I still don't know what to
Do
do
you
with
have
my
one?
hands.
Are you trying to get to the?
And that's the podcast, folks. 0 hit points. Awkward.